3. I am Mawena Egbeta. Let's get into the headlines for this afternoon's bulletin. Coming up, 48 suspected Nigerian nationals arrested for allegedly engaging in online investment fraud and Roman scam at Dowenya. Also, Government and Hospital Pharmacists Association warn youth against the use and abuse of harmful substances, including alcohol, illicit drugs, and tobacco products this festive season. A lot later, surge in road accidents in the Western region prompts Regional Minister to call for a comprehensive national policy framework to address the crisis. These are the stories we have lined up for you, plus some more if you stay with us here on News Central in just a minute. Now, this afternoon, the Government and Hospital Pharmacists Association, GOSPA, is warning the youth against the use and abuse of harmful substances, including alcohol, illicit drugs, and tobacco products this festive season. The association is particularly concerned about the growing use of vaping, shisha, and e-cigarettes, especially among young people. Though often marketed as safer alternatives, these products, they say, contain harmful chemicals and addictive nicotine that can damage the lungs, heart, and brain and increase the risk of cancer and respiratory diseases. GOSPA is also reminding the public to observe strict food safety practices and emphasizing the importance of mental health during the holiday period as well. And they stress that if you're feeling lonely, overwhelmed, or distressed, reach out to loved ones or speak to your pharmacist, a trusted healthcare professional available, in every community. Let's speak to the national chairman of GOSPA, who's joining us this afternoon. Dr. Emmanuel Owusu Owiafe is joining us this afternoon for a quick chat. Doc, thank you very much for having to spend Christmas Eve with us, and felicitations of the season to you. But this concern you raise, it's not one that for a lot of young people will be new. Why should they be paying attention this time round?
Okay, so thank you very much, and thank you for having me. The issue is that during Christmas, during the festivities and these holidays, etc., it gives rooms for people to gather together, meet, fraternize with friends and family. And these are the very avenues that usually enhance the propagation of such practices. And so as responsible healthcare providers, it is just appropriate that we sound that caution so we can be more circumspect in our lifestyles, even during these holiday periods.
Circumspect in the lifestyle during the holiday period. Where do you stand for persons who argue that, look, these are harmful substances, and in other advanced countries, the government, in seeking to correct behavioral tendencies in such instances, they introduce levies and some others on a number of these things to make them more expensive and to deter young people from consuming it. Yes, we're in the festive season and you're advising them, but do you see that as the path forward, considering the risks we've seen over the last few years in terms of non-communicable diseases being on the rise?
Yes, absolutely. I believe government working together with key stakeholders have to take, some very notable steps in that direction. If you consider the issue of even especially the seizure and then the e-cigarettes, if an individual, smokes this thing in for about an hour, it is actually equivalent to smoking about 200 sticks of cigarette. And so with the nicotine it contains, etc., it gets into the system, ultimately, damaging the lungs and then even the whole of the respiratory system. And so it is a cause for concern. We would advocate that, of course, the FDA, working together with the other relevant agencies, should have a crackdown. I mean, if the key issue here is that in most of these, pubs and other, avenues where people abuse these things, they are not actually even well regulated. And that is why the caution is very, needed to go directly to the citizens who actually indulge in that act. Ultimately, of course, the health ministry, working together with the other agencies, ought to take some kind of action. But the individual themselves also have to be very circumspect about what they consume in.
Talk to us about the numbers we're seeing as well in non-communicable diseases and its sharp rise in the country, and why perhaps that number or the data we're seeing from there should be justifiable enough reason why anybody should be staying away from these substances.
Okay. If you look at the top two non-communicable disease, across the country, you are particularly looking at hypertension, you are looking at diabetes. Of course, smoking of cigarettes and such lifestyles, smoking of, and then drinking of alcohol actually are precursors. They are risk factors that exacerbate such conditions. And so definitely, if you are hypertensive, if you are diabetic, etc., you have to be extremely cautious about, these things. And the particular issue has got to do with the effects on the body through the distraction of some very vital organs that are necessary for some, physiological processes in the body. And so, of course, we have to exercise that level of caution in the consumption.
Right then, Doc, I appreciate you and for joining us this afternoon as well, and hopefully that caution you're serving is adhered to by a lot of the young people. But Doctor, we are joining us this afternoon as well in talking, being cautious as to activities, particularly during this festive period. One thing which is characteristic of times like these are travel. Lots of individuals are seeking to leave Accra to the respective regions and from various other regions into the capital because it's a time where family and friends gather. At bus terminals, quite the frenzy because from no buses being available to transport fares seeing some hike. My colleague Armstrong Goda-Logbe is there for us. So let's connect with him right now and get an understanding as to what the bus terminals are looking like on Christmas Eve. Just a day, right now you can say barely some hours to Christmas, really. Armstrong, thank you very much for joining us as well. Talk to us as to the scenery, where you are and where you've been as well.
Currently, I'm here at the Tudu STC bus terminal here in Accra, and right where I stand, you see many people traveling to the Volta region, many parts of the Volta region, including Aflao, Ho, Hohoi, Bando, and all the Volta region communities you can mention. And I'm told so far already the STC bus terminal here, they've dispatched about 50 many buses that have gone to their various destinations, and they are returning because many more people are gathered here waiting to be bused to go and join their family members in their various villages. Mauda.
And there's a mention of some fare increases as well. Talk to us about that, and then perhaps we can interact with a number of the individuals at this bus terminal and find out what they make of the unavailability of the buses as well.
Very well. So earlier we went to some other bus terminals around the Circle Enclave, where some drivers, we are told, have increased their transport fares, something that brought some confrontation between them and some of the passengers, because for them that is not the usual fare they are used to. But according to the drivers, there's so much traffic in town, so the only way they can cash in or make their money is to increase their fare. So in case they go and they find themselves in traffic, they will use that to at least top up their money for the day, because they will be able to go just once in a day instead of the usual three to do in a day. Let me quickly engage with some of the passengers who are gathered here and find out where exactly they are going. And madam, how are you?
Please, I'm fine.
Where are you going?
Ho?
You are going to Ho. What's happening in Ho today?
Nothing. I'm just going to see my family.
You are going to meet your family?
Yes, please.
Is it all about Christmas?
Yeah.
But why have you decided to live here and go to Ho? I mean, you mean Accra? You don't have so much happening in Accra, right? Or it's about family members?
Oh, that's why they are. So I just want to go and visit them and come back.
I see. So we're in a Christmas mood. You would like to sing one Christmas song for me? You don't want to sing for me? Man, let me go quick into the bus and see how people are waiting patiently for them to move to their various destinations. Madam, how are you?
Good. And you?
I'm also very well. Where are you going?
I'm going to Ho.
You are going to Ho?
Yeah.
I see you are in the Christmas mood already.
Yeah.
Very well. So, for how long have you been waiting here? Or when you came, you just got the bus?
Oh no, I came here around 11 o'clock. Yeah. So we just got the bus.
And there was no bus?
Oh, they were loading before we came. Some of the other cars went before we also came. So yeah.
Yeah. Any Christmas message to your family?
Yeah, I wish them a very good, well Christmas and a very happy one, long life, and a prosperous New Year.
Would you like to sing them one song? Any one song?
Okay. Oh,
Starstruck.
Thinking, I'll come back to you. Let me come to this other lady. Madam, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Where are you going to?
I'm going to home.
You're also going to Ho?
Yes, please.
Indeed, you are going to meet your family members for the Christmas celebration, right?
Yes, please.
We'll go straight to the point. You want to sing me one Christmas song?
No, please. I don't have any song.
But a message to your family members.
I wish them a Merry Christmas and a prosperous.
Yeah, so this bus in which I am now is traveling all the way to Ho, and all the people here, they said they were here as early as 8, and then around 11 till now 12, they finally have a bus that they are waiting patiently for them to take off. And then speaking to some drivers also earlier, they told us that so far the Road Safety Commission spent a lot of time coming to speak to them about what to do to ensure safety on the road. Here with me is the station master as the STC to do, trying to locate him now to share some few things with us, what they've done so far to ensure that the drivers go and come safely without any casualties. So far, we are told there are no casualties, no vehicle has been involved in any accident, and it's like a safer road for us this Christmas season. Boss, good afternoon, how are you?
Good afternoon, how are you?
Well, so you are the station master, what's your name?
I'm John Anaba.
Well, so tell us, how is the mood like on the normal day? How many bars do you normally move here, if not Christmas?
On the normal day, we can move like 30 to 20 something buses to Ho and Aflawa and back. But during this Christmas festivities, we have moved over 50 to 60 buses to Aflawa and Ho back.
Many business is very good.
Oh yes, that's for that.
But the Road Safety Commission has been here to educate you on what the driver should do to ensure a safe road.
Yeah.
What have they been telling you?
Our drivers are driving safely. We have put safety measures for the drivers. So our drivers, so far, there's no incident free. Our drivers are okay.
So for passengers watching us, in case any driver misconducts himself on the road, what number should they call?
Now they call my number. Most of the drivers have my number, and they have our company number. So they normally call me, and then I put them to order.
Any short code?
Huh?
Any short code to call?
Yeah, short code is my number, 0246.
Very well, that's okay.
Yeah.
So basically, he is saying that road safety has been here to educate them on what the drivers should do to ensure that they drive safely on the road, so that at the end of the festive season, we will not hear any bad news. So far, as it stands right now, it appears all the other road terminal stations I've been to, the drivers have been well educated, and madam, excuse me, they've all been educated, and also, as it stands right now, no casualties have been recorded on the road so far as the festive season is concerned by now.
A pleasure to have you join us. Thank you very much. As Joseph Armstrong Gold Alogbe is my colleague from the STC Tudu Terminal for us this afternoon. And we're less than 24 hours to the birth of Jesus Christ. The festive atmosphere is gaining quite the momentum in the greater Tamale metropolis. Last-minute shopping amidst traffic congestion has characterized the central business district of Tamale. The Tamale Metropolitan Security Committee has also intensified security patrols around the city. Let's take you there right now, where my colleague Christopher Mwaku is on standby for us this afternoon. Chris, compliment of the season to you as well. How is Christmas picking up in a Muslim-dominated community like Tamale?
Okay, so here in the greater Tamale metropolis, the Christmas festivity is beginning to take a very big momentum here, and most of the people who hitherto were outside the metropolis have begun moving into the metropolis. Those who are already in the metropolis have also begun doing their last-minute shopping, because today happens to be 24th, and so tomorrow, not every shop is possible to be open tomorrow. So everybody is struggling to do last-minute shopping. In fact, I've just struggled to get a place to park during this segment of our news, because the town is heavily choked, the traffic is intense, as people are maneuvering their way into the central business district. I must say that though a Muslim-dominated community, everybody is taking part in the processes ahead of tomorrow's Christmas. Like we see during the Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha celebration, we see a lot of Christians joining their Muslim friends to celebrate these occasions. And so when it comes to Christmas, similarly, the Muslims also join the Christians to celebrate this very important festivity. And so the Tamale metropolis is busy as we speak, and a lot of people are in town to buy things for their Christmas.
And tell us about the security arrangement as well by the Metropolitan Council.
Yes, now when it comes to security, I must say that everything is in place, because the Tamale Metropolitan Assembly has given the assurances that during this time they are going to put everything in place for a peaceful celebration. As we speak, police patrols have been intensified in the Tamale Metropolis and Sanargu areas. We also have other security services joining to ensure that they give maximum security during this festivity. Now, the assurance also is that those who are engaged in illicit drug trafficking, this is the time that they are going to start them and ensure that they don't continue with their trade. Let's take a listen to what the Tamale Metropolitan Chief Executive Abu Takoro has been saying.
You can see, if you turn your back, you will see the message is set for us to commence a meeting. I call this meeting purposely because of the Christmas holidays, because during the holidays, a lot of things happening. And as you know, Tamale is a different place altogether. So currently, immediately after this interview, I'm going to step into the message meeting to chair the meeting to see how best the security can position themselves, as we already know how Tamale is, so that by the end of these festivities, we will not, encounter any problem in regards to the security in the metropolis. What I want to assure the people of Tamale is that we are going to make provision to prevent whatever will emanate during the holidays in regards to the security in the metropolis.
And Chris, you've been interacting with a few of them as well. It does appear, Chris, we may have lost Christopher on Zoom. But yes, Tamale as well is buzzing, less than 24 hours to the Christmas festivity. And we're still in the mood of Christmas because it's Christmas Eve. And we'll be taking you to the central business district as well because the celebration of religious festivals, amongst many other things in Ghana, continues to bring people of diverse faiths together in shared joy and fellowship. Over the years, this culture has strengthened interfaith tolerance and camaraderie, contributing to the country's enduring peace and unity. A bit more on this for you if you stay with us here on News Central as we go for our very first break here on the Bulletin. Back here on News Central on TV3, let's get you into a bit more of the stories this afternoon. And more than 100 police personnel have been promoted to various ranks by the Inspector General of Police, the Police Management Board, and the Police Council. The promotions were announced this afternoon and recognize officers who have rendered exceptional services towards crime reduction across the country. Beneficiaries include personnel from the Inspector General of Police's Special Operations Task Force and a special investigative task force commissioned by President John Dramani Mahama to probe the 2020 and 2024 election-related violence which resulted in the loss of 8 lives. In addition, 40 officers who died in the line of duty between 2022 and 2025 were posthumously promoted. At the decoration ceremony, Inspector General of Police Christian Tete Yohunu justified the promotions, describing them as a reward for dedication, sacrifice, and professionalism.
Where we have lost 20 personnel in the fight against crime, they died in line of duty. It is very important to reward those who still fight, irrespective of what their colleagues have gone through. And so, this administration have been able to promote about 40 police personnel who lost their life from 2023, 24, 25. The administration had promoted them posthumously. The police administration has recommended to the Police Council the promotion of these dedicated police officers who are on the field, among others. There are more others who have also excelled in the course of their duties, that we are just giving a sample of those who are here today because of their work that they have done.
Or second in command of the Election Violence Investigative Task Force, Chief Superintendent of Police John Kweku Lodonu pledged the team's renewed commitments to unravel unresolved cases and revive investigations that have gone cold.
The task force members, as introduced by the IGP, was put together to investigate all election violent cases that happened during the 2020 and 2024 election cycle. These are incidents that are scattered across the whole country. The task force, with the support from the Inspector General of Police and the police administration, we've been able to traverse the whole country. Some of these incidents happened even before the election, but we were able to bring these cases back to life. We have succeeded in arresting suspects who are currently standing trial. Some are still on bail as we try to gather evidence and get them arraigned before court. We are very grateful for the support that we receive from the IG and COMAP and the police administration as a whole. Our colleagues out in the field have also been very helpful to us as we move across the country. We thank the Inspector General of Police and the police administration for this honor and recognition given us, and we are grateful. We wish to use this opportunity to assure the IG and the administration that we are not going to end our efforts. We will do more. We will go after the suspect. We will unravel all the cases assigned to us and bring all the perpetrators to justice.
Well, we know that leadership of the IGP's Special Operations Team was represented by DSP Bawa Abdul Jalil, Superintendent of Police Augustine Dawson Amwa, and DSP Karim Mahama. They highlighted the task force's achievements, including the fight against illegal mining, the restoration of peace in Binyini, and the crackdown on illicit drug peddling in Tamale.
The Special Operations Team, under the leadership of Mr. Dawson, and the remaining officers were so resolute in making sure that we inform the IGP that we are there to make sure that the president mandate given to him to be able to control the Galamsey activities in the area was something that we are going to do, and indeed we did it. Even as we speak, people are making reference to the IGP special operations whenever it comes to the issue of Galamsey. Even though there's 9 months today, yet people still say the IGP special operation team kudos to us and they need us. I think it was because of other duties. The IGP saw it very necessary when there was a conflict within the Bole and Inverance between the Gonjas and the Brifos. The IGP quickly deployed the team to the area to make sure that we bring sanity and enforce the law of curfew. We were there for the past 2 months, 3 weeks, until a subsequent decision, a petition that was sent to the IGP with regards to violent crime, armed robbery, and other related activities in the northern region, which needed our attention. We promise we will continue to make sure that the special operation team, wherever our services is needed, we will make sure that we deliver to keep the country safe until we say we are going on retirement, and we'll continue to do our best. Thank you very much.
Now, the Minister for Communication and Digital Technology, Samuel Nate George, has announced the arrest of 48 suspected cybercriminals in a coordinated security operation at Dowenya in the Ningo Pram constituency. The intelligence-led nighttime operation was carried out by the Cybersecurity Authority, working with National Security and the Ghana Police Service. Preliminary investigations show the suspects, 46 men and 2 women, are of Nigerian descent linked to romance scams, online investment fraud, impersonation schemes, and illegal online gold trading. Security agencies seized 54 laptops, 39 mobile phones, a Starlink device, and 8 MTN internet routers. And in a Facebook post, the minister said government will continue targeted actions to protect Ghana's digital space, stressing that while the country welcomes legitimate business, it will remain hostile to cyber criminals. He commended the security agencies for their professionalism and urged the public to stay alert against online scams during the festive season. Let's take you to the Western region right now, because the surge in road accidents in the region has prompted the regional minister, Joseph Nelson, to call for a comprehensive national policy framework to address the crisis. Speaking at a stakeholder meeting on safe and responsible driving during the festive season, the Western Regional Commander of the Motor Traffic and Transport Division, MTTD Superintendent Paul Bruce Amoah, had attributed the significant rise in accidents primarily to driver error. Irama Smith has more.
The Western region recorded 2,800 accidents with 465 fatalities from January to November 2025. This represents a significant rise compared to the same period in 2024, when 1,119 vehicles were involved in road crashes. The Western Regional Commander of the Motor Traffic and Transport Division, Superintendent Paul Bruce Amoah, who disclosed that his office has begun sensitization campaigns for drivers at the various transport terminals, indicated that majority of these accidents are still caused by human error. He cited behaviors such as drunk driving, overspeeding, and unnecessary overtaking as primary contributors.
In Western region, we recorded 2,800 accidents from January up to November, and then 465 deaths. These accidents are mostly due to errors on the part of drivers. When we take about 100 accidents, 90 to 95 is caused by drivers, human error.
The two police regional commanders for the Western and Western Central Commands echoed these concerns, highlighting a key operational challenge. They explained that limited resources for conducting drunk driving tests are a major source of difficulty and frustration, particularly during the subsequent court proceedings for such cases.
Sir, breathalyzer na you know for health reasons. What you feel to be no something good to be no. At the end, so don't know anything. It's difficult.
Now say confirm say wa no mo nsan abro de e wo se wo no mo a quickly e de ne kokot. Ani afan ne kakra. Na say ye exercise bi. Ye kura ya ba mu bu ye say ye do mu nyina e kokot. E ko ani afan 60 30 60 30. Obachi o makọ wan kasa obenu hu se wo chie.
It is in this regard that the Western Regional Minister Joseph Nelson reiterated his call for a comprehensive national policy framework to reduce motor accidents. He was speaking to reporters on the sidelines on safe and responsible driving during the festive season.
Listening to the police, I have been able to record some important interventions that I believe by way of policy we should be able to make. It came out clearly in the meeting that the police doesn't have enough to be able to check drink driving. They don't have the wherewithal to be able to do that effectively. The law must be clear so that it sends a strong message to drivers that you can't just drink, and drive. I think that it must be clear enough. And of course, the police's ability to detect drink driving increase, that ability must be enhanced.
Ghana recorded 13,000 accidents from January to November 2025 with 2,600 fatalities. Irama Smith, TV3 News, Takrady.
Now, governance expert Professor Bafwa Jimindria has criticized Ghana's poor road maintenance culture, attributing it to what he describes as a negative mindset among the people. According to Professor Jimindria, even the highly educated are complicit in running the nation down. He further blamed corruption, greed, and leadership failures for the lack of adequate and long-lasting infrastructure across the country.
The mind. Many of the changes we want will not happen because our mindset, Ghanaians, our mindset is so terrible. These road projects and other things you're talking about is one of the concerns I have had for years. I know roads that were built barely 4 years ago. Nicely, when you drive on first time, very nice, the markers are there. Today, go to the same road. I can refer one to you. Go and see how the road has started being washed away. And because we don't have what we call maintenance culture, we will sit by until it is completely rotten, then we go for loans to come and build the road again. These civil engineers were trained, at least in Ghana, University Tech, KNUST, some trained abroad. Also, another thing you should notice, especially in the towns, where a road is coming to a T-junction, the gutter underneath that road, we have never been able to do it right. So in big roads, you see a pole in a hole warning drivers don't come here because we couldn't know how to cover the gutters. And we are university civil engineers. People like me and you, basically it's the educated people who are running this country down. Highly educated people. I don't know what education has done to our brains.
Now, the authority of Parliament is not exercised through debates and votes only, but rests supreme in the mace, which is required to be present at all times during official proceedings. But it became an issue of controversy recently when the minority MPs disrupted proceedings and moved to the center of the chamber, forcing the marshals to protect it from being taken away. Christian Yale takes a closer look at the symbolism and authority of the mace and why its presence in a disorder matters.
The marshal places the mace on his right shoulder ahead of the speaker during procession into the chamber to begin proceedings. It is the authority and sovereignty of Parliament, holding huge significance, a practice common in other jurisdictions like in the House of Lords or Commons in the United Kingdom, where Ghana drew its parliamentary inspiration from. In the Lords, it rests on the woolsack behind the Lord Speaker during proceedings. As is in the case of the Commons, the Lords may not conduct business in the chamber whilst it is not present. Here in Ghana's Parliament, the mace is placed in a stand in front of the clerks in an upright position during formal proceedings.
For the year 2026, I so move.
It became a subject matter of debate on December 9th when the minority disrupted proceedings in what some believe was an attempt to whisk the mace away. The marshals intervened to protect it.
The mace is the symbol of authority to Parliament. So when it is out of where it is, that means that there's no authority of Parliament. And anything that has happened is illegal. It has never happened from 1992.
A careful review of video footage from the day's proceedings shows the mace was in the chamber guarded by two marshals. But why does it matter? Samuel Bing is the executive director of the Parliamentary Network Africa.
I think that it matters not whether it is in the stand or it is being held by a marshal at a time when it was not ordinary proceedings, at a time when people were trying to be able to forcefully take the mace, the symbol of authority. And I think that it is something that needs to be condemned. It is the intention to want to compromise the mace at the time that the House is sitting. We've seen in many parliaments how the mace had been compromised in many instances.
Order 62 of the Standing Orders of Parliament indicates the mace shall stand upright before the table during every sitting except during a sitting of the Committee of the Whole. The order adds that the mace shall not be removed from the stand when sitting is suspended.
Under no circumstance should anybody, member of Parliament, stranger in Parliament, tamper with the authority of Parliament. So that members of Parliament know that whether it is the mace or wanting to drag the seats from beneath, the speaker, as happened in the 8th Parliament or what have you, these kinds of things should not be happening in the first place. And for me, I think that it's a matter of parliamentary privileges that must apply.
During a consideration stage of a bill, the mace is tilted where the rules of debate or engagement are relaxed.
When the House goes on recess or a parliament is dissolved, the mace is kept at the Bank of Ghana. It tells you about how important it is and why it cannot be desecrated by a member of Parliament or even a caucus, or cannot be taken away by any of these individuals unless the ideal custodians of it, who are the marshals, who bring it into the House, take it out and ensure that it is always kept safe.
The legitimacy and authority of the mace cannot be overemphasized. Why members bow to it at the commencement of business or upon re-entering the chamber when business had started. At the end of proceedings, the marshal yet again carries the mace on his right shoulder ahead of the speaker to recede from the chamber. Christian Yali, TV3 News, Parliament.
And that report by my colleague Christian Yellow will take us on to another break. We're back with a bit more stories for you here on News Central. Please stay with us. You're welcome back. Let's do a bit more in terms of Christmas-related stories, because the celebration of religious festivals in Ghana continues to bring people of diverse faiths together in shared joy and fellowship. Over the years, this culture has strengthened interfaith tolerance and camaraderie, contributing to the country's enduring peace and unity. This Christmas season is no exception, as Nura Mohammed takes to the streets of Accra to explore how religious harmony remains a defining feature of Ghanaian society.
During Islamic celebrations such as Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, many Muslims in Ghana share the festivities with non-Muslim friends, neighbors, and even strangers. Food and meat are freely shared as communities come together to honor the occasion. Similarly, during Christmas and Easter, many Christians across the country open their homes in celebrations to Ghanaians of other faiths. This long-standing tradition has helped foster decades of interfaith unity, solidarity, and mutual respect, an example admired beyond Ghana's borders. In Nima, a predominantly Muslim community in Accra, we spoke with residents and traders about how Christmas is observed in the area. Dr. Kasim Abdullahi, a Muslim lecturer at the University of Cape Coast, says his Christian friends celebrate Christmas with him every year.
This is a blessing that Ghana has. If there is one thing that we all have to cherish and safeguard, it is the peace that we enjoy as Muslims, Christians, and even people of other faiths. We believe this is the best treasure. Even when you look at the continent, there is no place like Ghana. Everybody thinks what Ghana is doing is the best. And the only thing that is keeping us united is the understanding that we have. I have lots of Christian friends, in fact, right from school days till now. And during this time, they share what they have with us. We also share with them. We enjoy the food that they cook. They share with us.
For these traders at Nima, the Christmas season is celebrated by Christian and non-Christian traders alike.
Yes, some Muslims celebrate the Christmas, not all. We help them to enjoy their moment. It promotes unity a lot. We all come together. We are like a family.
Many Ghanaians, regardless of religion, celebrate religious festivities, be it Eid or Christmas. And this sort of unity is to the envy of many across the globe. And each year, this unity keeps strengthening. Nura Mohammed for TV3 News, Accra.
Now, Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Sremsai has admonished newly constituted members of the Legal Aid Commission Governing Board to help demystify the perception that the Commission handles only criminal cases, but also supports civil matters such as divorce and constitutional enforcement. A 10-member board of the Commission was sworn in by the Ministry of Justice.
Ghana's total population of lawyers is about 11,000, out of which about 8,000 are actively practicing. According to statistics from the Ghana Bar Association's Lawyer Locator portal, as of December 2024, 6,486 were located in the country's capital, Accra. Reacting to the development while swearing in new board members of the Legal Aid Commission, Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Sremsai said they should help with the uniform distribution.
You'll be surprised to see in some courts, there is only one lawyer who is the Attorney General's lawyer. He is doing all the criminal cases, he is doing all the civil cases, and then sometimes, because he's the only lawyer in the place, he ends up doing the case for individuals as well on off-record basis. What it means is that this commission has a duty to extend to cover all the other parts of the country, and it includes getting lawyers to those parts of the country. Now, your charge is to move beyond paying attention to criminal matters only and including key civil matters in your work.
Justice of the Supreme Court, Gabriel Scott Pramang, administering the oath of office and secrecy to a 9-member ministerial advisory board of the Ministry of Justice, urged them to ensure justice for all citizens despite the status.
If you look at the competencies that have been lined up here, the competencies are meant to supplement the professionalism of the three key people in the ministry, give them advice, and bring to bear matters that otherwise would have eluded them. And you would all agree with me that at this present moment, the Office of Attorney General and Ministry of Justice have a huge mandate to discharge.
An 8-member council for law reporting was also sworn in with a directive for them to ensure that law reports were up to date and accessible online.
And that's our Christmas Eve edition of News Central for you from our studios here on the John Hammond Street. As always, a lot more news if you log on to 3news.com. I am Mawina Egbeta. Many thanks for watching.